Hi, welcome to KiwaniTalk. We're a public information show put together by people from the Dearborn Kiwanis Club, normally at the studios at WDHS at Dearborn High School, but since it's summertime when we're doing this, we're over at our remote location. Today we have an affinity, a closeness to the schools no matter what. We have members of the sundry key clubs from around the Dearborn area. We have members from the Crestwood Key Club, from the Dearborn High Key Club in Fordson, and we're going to talk about them. My name is Gary Gardner. Welcome to the longest running cable access program in the entire world, Kiwanis, and you guys are part of Kiwanis too, so welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So we have, starting with the highest ranking member here, we have Dunya Aidibi, who is the executive board member for the Michigan District of Kiwanis and also the bulletin editor for the Michigan District. That's like a pretty big deal. Then we have Lieutenant Governor of Division 12 of the Michigan District of Kiwanis. That is Rami, Abdulla.
Yes.
And we also have Jumana Kamalaldin, who is the Lieutenant Governor. No, you're the new club building director for Kiwanis. That was just a lot to get. You got all the hard stuff out of the way. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Yeah, so you do it all together. That's you've practiced that ahead of time, right?
Yeah.
We're all in sync right now. Yeah, matching shirts.
Yeah.
Matching t-shirts, everything
The
else.
pant gradient.
Yeah, pink gradient, darkest to lightest.
So, you know, it's all planned out with great precision and things like that. So, Key Club. Explain real briefly what Key Club is and how it relates to the Kiwanis clubs that the older people like me belong to.
So, Key Club is the largest student-led organization dedicated to community service.
Yes.
They give us a lot of different opportunities for leadership, character building, inclusivity. You get to volunteer at not just like local events, but statewide or even internationally, like the International Convention. And just that's just a glimpse of what Key Club
And then
is.
there's also different levels of Key Club. So you have a club level, division level, district level, and then you have international level. So all these different stairwells of Key Club are what Key Club embodies as a whole.
Yeah.
And piggybacking off of that, Key Club also is not just a high school program. We have an elementary school, a middle school, and also college and adult. Elementary school is Builders Club. No, it's K-Kids.
K-Kids,
And then middle school is Builders Club. High school level is the Key Club that we're all in. And then there's a college level called Circle K, and then you are the adult level of Kiwanis.
Yes.
You know,
Kiwanis family.
Yes, the Kiwanis family is what we call it.
It seems, though, that you guys do a lot more in
Yeah.
many ways and much more involved in the activities and things. So what was it that got you attracted? Why in the world did you decide, there's this Key Club thing, why would I join something like that? What was it that brought you to us?
So for me, my sister, she rechartered the Crestwood Key Club, and I was in the middle school just then, but when I'd hear her talking to our faculty advisor on the phone, planning different events, and just like seeing all these new connections she made, it was really interesting. So I decided as soon as I started high school, I'm going to join Key Club, and then here I am today.
So what grade are you in now?
I'm going into my junior year.
Okay, so as the junior year, you've been involved since freshman. Okay, and you worked your way up through the ranks pretty far.
Yes, so at the end of my freshman year, I was appointed to the club webmaster. So I handled our social media, our website, I made flyers, any kind of announcements, and then I held that position till like the middle of my sophomore year, and then I went to our SLC, our district convention, and then I ran for district bulletin editor, and then I got that position, and then here I am.
Is that be careful what you ask for type of thing?
No, not at all, actually. I love being bulletin editor.
Okay.
It's great, yeah.
What you want me? What attracted you to Kiwanis?
So for me, I started off high school like in student council, leading off of what I did in middle school, and then in student council we do kind of like what we do in Key Club. We like do community service and we help in different events. And my faculty advisor for student council, she was like, "Oh, like you really love service. You should like join Key Club." I was like, what is Key Club? Do you like build keys? Like, do you make keys? She was like, you do all these community service events. Like, there's different parts of Key Club. You should definitely join it. I think you'll like it, and that's what brought me here today.
Need some messaging, I think, on the beginning to get people attracted to it if they didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
How about you?
So kind of like Dunya, my brother was during his time in Key Club in high school, he was our club secretary, and I would always remember like my art class advisor. Every time my brother couldn't like get dropped back at home, like she'd have a bunch of kids, and I'd always just see her drive. And I had gotten into high school, and I saw her in the hallways, and I was like, okay, now I have to join Key Club. Like I can't let this amazing woman down. And honestly, it was like the best decision ever. Kind of like following my brother's footsteps.
So there's been mention of the community service and that type of stuff. So what this component that the community service that you've been involved with that really makes you feel I'm doing something for the community? What's that?
So I just think like so many different connections. I get to meet a lot of people, and I just like seeing all these people again and again at like our local events. I can see like I'm working with a lot of like-minded people that want to help people and help change our community. So when I see a lot of these familiar faces, it just reminds me that like we all want to help.
What kind of projects do you get help with as a part of the community outreach stuff?
For me, one of the projects I worked with was distributing food and like packaging food for like the people around our community. So that's one thing about like community service. Like when I went, one of the first things that I did when I joined Key Club was like go to like these food packaging stuff. And when I was distributing them and taking them out to these people's cars, I was seeing like, wow, like Key Club makes such a like huge impact on our community, and seeing that we can feed a bunch of people like while like doing the stuff that we do, it just shows you like how far like we're willing to go and how far Key Club goes to make an impact on our community.
Yeah. For me, my most memorable like volunteering experience that I had was, for some reason I always like to volunteer whenever it's like related with food. I don't know why. But I always liked my mind just blanked. Okay. I always liked the trunk or treat that we did at one of our local elementary schools. And just seeing like all the little kids come dressed up and like really, really excited just to play and like get this candy always like put a smile to my face. And our school does bagel sales every Tuesday morning, and seeing people that I know at my school, I just don't talk to them, like come up, order the bagel, have a little like talk. Even then, people that are not even in Key Club, it's kind of like a community. Like I know them because they always order the same bagel. I know their order by heart. I see them and they don't even have to talk to me. I already have it ready, and they're like, "Thanks, Jumana." And I'm like, "No problem." And it's just like kind of builds a community outside and inside the club.
So all of you have risen through the ranks. When someone comes in and they may not aspire to be the district chair or those things, if a student was to come in, what would you tell them? Here's how you start out, and here's what you can do to help yourself advance in your personal life and your community life and other areas.
So I would first just tell them to like understand it fully, because it does get a little bit confusing, the different levels of Key Club and then Kiwanis, all of that. So like once we have like a solid understanding of what Key Club is, that will make them want to, because it's so big. There's so many different opportunities. There's a position and there's something for everyone in Key Club. So, and then I can show them, like you just show them a lot of the opportunities and a lot of things I've gotten to experience, like Icon and everything like that, will want them to be a part of it.
So if someone comes in, again, maybe there's a freshman wandering around Fortson or Dearborn High, and they wander into this Key Club thing. What would you tell them, Rami? Is that you don't have to be anything, but you can learn and grow.
So I actually had this experience at the freshman extravaganza. So I was one of the people like showing the sign for Key Club and like being there in the stand next to the Key Club stand, and I was like telling people all about Key Club. And there was this one freshman that came up to me, and she told me like, "Oh, like what is Key Club? Like how can I join? Like and like what do you guys do?" So I basically told her like, "Are you like do you like doing community service? Do you like having an impact on your community? Like do you like giving back to the people?" Like she told me that like yeah, she likes to do all those things, and I told her like, if you want to join Key Club, like this is what you do, this is what we do. And then there's like throughout the year, like when you're in Key Club, you have different stuff that like your lieutenant governor or your chair or your district like e-board, they tell you, like they teach you stuff about Key Club. Like there's different events that teach you like how to run for higher office and how to do all these stuff. So like throughout the year they can learn more, and then like when they go to the Key Club like meetings at their school, they also get taught a lot like over there.
So when you were as a first year, you had a sort of an in already because your family was there. But when was it everything you thought it was, or more, or what was your impression?
I think because I always grew up, my brother always up-talked Key Club all the time. He was like, "Oh, it's the best thing ever! Like you have to do it." So like going in, I came in, I was like, "Oh, this is the it club." I came in, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is good," but it's not like what I knew I wanted it to be. And for me, that was a drive to push for a higher position. Like that is what kind of was like, I know, like, because I know from my brother's 7 years older than me. So there was a very big age gap of like what could have happened during that Key Club, like what could have changed or what could have been improved. And I knew like his stories weren't lies, they were true. And I was like, I want to rebuild our Key Club the way it was before. And I think that's what pushed me to run for a higher position. But for a long time, I was just like an ordinary member. I didn't even really want to run for office, and I was like content with just being like, okay, like I'm here and I'm here to have fun. I'm here to help my community. But like as a new club building chair, like I go create new clubs in Michigan. So like people always ask me, what is Key Club? Like why is this going to benefit me? And honestly, like my first thing is that it gives everyone from any age an opportunity. Like you can have a Key Club in your high school. And any grade can join. Like NHS is only limited to 10th and it's only limited to juniors and seniors. Key Club is for anyone, and it kind of has the same basis of like community service and helping back your community, and it's at a much bigger scale. So it gives people more opportunities to go for higher positions, to kind of explore and seek new ideas, find new people, make new connections, while also just giving kids opportunity to grow, learn how to public speak, know how to communicate with others, and still give back to the community at a like low cost because you don't really pay that much.
So you have grown and developed, and you've learned those like management and personality techniques. Talk about how that's impacted your academic, and how do you fit all this in with your schedule, and does it help you manage your time better?
Okay, sometimes it does get a little bit hectic. I do get a little bit stressed, but it's just keeping yourself busy and keeping yourself organized, especially organizing, is super important for, like, you don't want to just have sloppy work. You don't want to have half-done work when you're with Key Club and with school, obviously. So just keeping your stuff organized, your schoolwork organized, and your Key Club work organized is super important. So it does sometimes get a little busy and a little hectic, but just don't get lazy. Just keep yourself. Don't procrastinate.
How about when people now you're the boss, Rami? How do you take on that role? How do you manage people that are working with you? I won't say for you, but working with you.
So for me, like I don't really like take my like role as something that like I should like put myself above others. Like for the people working with me, like I love working with them, and I love like doing stuff with them. Like for like when you're in Key Club, like the stuff that you do helps you like with other stuff. Like when I'm like the lieutenant governor of my division, I like help lead these students, and I help like teach them stuff, and these traits help me in class, and they help me with different stuff. And like with the people that I'm working with, they have these same stuff because they are my lieutenant governors, like lieutenant governors with me. So the people that I'm working with like do what I do, and like we all work together, and that's basically what we.
How about your management skills? How do you develop, Jumana?
I think generally I've always been a pretty organized person. I've worked for all my life, and I've held like president positions for my clubs that I've started or whatever. So like having this position wasn't super like, oh my god, like this is something so new, because I did it much like later on in my high school career, I guess. But it is one of my most time-consuming aspects and extracurricular that I have. But I would not trade it for anything else. I love Key Club so much, genuinely, and I think I've met the realest, most nicest people on this board ever that I will cherish forever. And I think same thing like with Dunya and Rami said, just like keeping yourself organized, because things get hectic, and I get stressed as well. Like, it's not something new. Sometimes I'll have to put Key Club above things, and sometimes I put other things above Key Club, depending on what the scale is. But at the end of the day, I know that everything I do had a point, and there's a purpose for it, and I just have to remember, like, it'll all be worth it at the end. So
The old axiom, if you need something done, find a busy person who can get it, help you get it done.
Yeah. Yes.
But we're going to be busy here for a second. We got to take some words from Kiwanis. We'll be right back talking with members of the Sundry Key Clubs from part of the Sundry Key Clubs from Dearborn. We got some words about Kiwanis. We'll be right back.
Is a kid fearless? Nervous? Playful? Yes. 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 Kiwanis is 600,000 kids at heart doing all the little and big things it takes to help children around the world. Because kids need Kiwanis. All of them.
Welcome back to KiwaniTalk. I'm your host, Gary Gardner, talking about a part of Kiwanis that is actually an integral part of it because you're the feeder to bring people into the organization. We do it on our own way, but it's good to have people that come up from the younger ranks. We have with us Dunya Aidibi, who is the executive board member and the bulletin editor for the Michigan District of Kiwanis. We have Rami Abdulla, who is the new club building director.
I'm the lieutenant governor.
Lieutenant Governor.
Yeah.
Oh, Lieutenant Governor. Okay, I had that wrong. Lieutenant Governor, District 12, but the real building director is Jumana Kamalaldin, who is a building director, all that sort of stuff. So, back here. So, you all just came back from a pretty exciting time. Where did you go, and what was going on there?
So we went to Atlanta for the international convention.
Not Atlanta, Michigan.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, and what was the event?
So it's the international convention. So it's when all of, well, obviously not all districts could possibly make it, but all the districts come together for a big convention. So they all go together for first their district tour, so they can tour Atlanta, see all the different museums, all the new food places, and then there's 3 days for the actual convention. So they elect the new international board, there's pin trading, there's a service project. What else is there? That's just a little.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff. There was like a lot of attractions that we saw too for our tour. Like we went to the museum. We went to actually different museums. We went to the Martin Luther King Museum. We went to the World of Code, Civil Rights Museum. We went to Jimmy Carter Museum. Yeah, we went to Six Flags Water Park, and just a bunch of different stuff. We went to the Varsity to eat and a lot of stuff like that.
And so, were there also like sessions, breakout sessions, where you learn stuff too?
Yes. So they're called workshops for our
Yeah.
conventions, like in Key Club, and you have, I think it was for 2 days, and there are 3 different time slots, so you can go to 3 different workshops per day, and there are multiple workshops that go on during the same time, but each kind of give an aspect of different things you might want to learn, you might need help with, or something that can teach someone. Because the international convention is open to anyone. You don't have to be on the district board. You don't have to be like super high in rank. You can just be a normal member that's willing to pay the cost for it and go and learn new things. So there's like training sessions. There's workshops for like our international partners, which is like Erica Lighthouse, Thirst Project, UNICEF, and just kind of like shows light on different aspects of Key Club and things that you could do.
So how many members from Michigan, if you have any idea, Michigan delegation showed up?
20.
26?
I think it was 20. It was exactly 20. Or 19.
I think you're right. Yeah,
Either 19 or
exactly.
20.
Members from all over the country, all over the world. Is that
Yeah.
it?
All over the world.
All over the world, yeah.
There was
That's
like
Key Club International.
Jamaica,
Aruba.
Jamaica,
Caribbean.
the
Caribbeans.
Atlantic. There's some districts in
Canada.
the Philippines.
Yeah.
Yes.
We actually learned at Icon. There's a new district opening in Italy.
Italy,
Yes.
yeah.
So that's
Very
pretty
exciting.
Cool. There's I already said Philippines.
So did you meet people from all over? And
Yes.
Yes.
And you said
Yeah.
traded pins. What's
Yeah.
that all about?
So first we got, how many pins we got? Like 10 pins.
Yeah.
From the
And then
Michigan, yeah.
Depending on like how you trade, you can do 1 for 2 or 2 for 3, you know what I mean? And just get a bunch of pins. If you just trade, I'll give you this for this. And then there's certain pins that are super, super rare.
Jamaica's always one.
Jamaica, there's a golden Coke.
Yeah.
There's,
Oh, the sweet tea,
yeah,
sweet
the
pea.
sweet tea.
And then,
There's a Carolina's key.
So it
Yes.
sounds like it's not just, it's like the connections, the
Yeah.
talking to people.
oh, 100%, yeah.
How did you compare yourself to when you were first a freshman and you be walking up to the Kiwanis, what is this, we make keys or what do we do here? How have you individually changed, and if you look in retrospective, how you've grown from the Key Club?
Not only did it make me more of like a leader and just like more aware of my community, but like as like compared to my freshman self, I am so much more outgoing and willing to talk to so many new people. If I was a freshman and I was offered this opportunity to be on this show, I probably wouldn't have taken it because I just was like really shy. But Key Club just kind of just forces you to branch out and talk to so many new people, and yeah.
For me, like, I'm pretty sure they're probably not going to believe this, but when I was a freshman, I was so introverted. Like, I would never talk to anyone. I would, like, when I joined Key Club as a freshman, everyone was sitting at that table, and I was just there at my own table. And, like, as I told you earlier, like, I thought Key Club was you make keys, but, like, now that I'm learning, now that I'm going to Icon, like, I never saw myself doing any of these stuff. And, like, now I'm not introverted. Like I'm very much
extroverted on the whole board.
And this has all been due to Key Club. Like I would have never seen myself like running for higher office. I would have never seen myself talking to other people. Like at Icon, like I was interacting with everyone. Like all those pins.
Oh my god, he got
like,
every single one.
I got every single one.
All the rare ones, everything.
And that's because
I'm
I
so
talked to
jealous.
people. That's because I made connections. That's because Key Club helped me do all these stuff I never saw myself doing. And like now I'm here doing an interview that I never thought I would be doing ever.
Like I've seen this one phrase that people in like Key Club use, like we don't make keys but we open doors.
Yes.
And I feel like that is so true.
So true. I remember like freshman year me, you guys might not believe this, I don't think they even know this. I went like through like my like emo rebellious phase. It was really bad. I was like very just I didn't talk to anyone or anything. And like I was always asked the question, are you more extroverted or introverted? I always say introverted. Even though I love talking to people, I love talking. Like I don't stop talking. Everyone knows that. Like I can talk.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah. I don't know if you knew or not. But like now anyone asks me that question, I 100% say extroverted 24/7. Like I think, and the reason for it is because like I was able to do Key Club. I know how to do public speaking because of it. I've learned how to do speeches. Like I know how to talk to people, and I think from just pin trading alone, I think I made like 20 friends.
Like
Literally, just like I would see
on
them.
Instagram, I
Yeah.
probably have added like so many
So
Yeah.
many people.
Yeah.
So many people.
And you really get to just
And
talk
even
to
now,
so
like
many
I still
people.
talk to them. Like I'll still
Yeah.
text them. I'll be like, "How are
Especially
you?"
From Indiana.
Indiana and Alabama.
So on our way to Icon, we traveled with the Indiana district,
Mhm.
and we have made probably like the closest friendships
I
ever.
cried.
We have
Yes.
a group chat with them. We talk like almost every
Every
single
single
day.
day.
I
like bawled my eyes out.
Yeah.
I literally
Like
bawled
this
my
goes
eyes
to
out.
show you how much Key Club
Yeah.
does for you. Like
Because we were there together for the entire
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So you were looking at it, and then going forward, how do you think it's going to help your educational and then your professional careers going on? What change do you think you're going to think? I never thought I would do this, but now I might try something different.
So
Good.
okay, for like Key Club, I never would have saw myself like taking Key Club out of high school because I always thought like Key Club was just a high school thing. And like now like I'm learning that like there's a Circle K International and that like I'm so like into Key Club right now that I never want to leave Key Club. And learning about like Circle K, that just makes me that changes my perspective on like what I wanted to do in college. Like I never were to see myself as like a public speaker, a public talker. Like I always thought I wanted to go like somewhere into like where I work alone. But now that I've joined Key Club, it really changed my path that I want to take in college. Like now I want to do something where like I'm public speaking. Now I want to do something where I'm in Circle K. I'm working with people all around the world, and that's because of Key Club.
Yeah.
And I think for me, so I want to maybe go down like the political science, law field. And then, so the amount of times I'm given the opportunity to use my public speaking skills and my writing skills and my speech skills in Key Club, that just feeds into that passion I have for my later in my life. And especially at Icon, when we learned all these things about the dues increase, that just made me more aware of like the political aspect and the economic aspect of our world and why the amendment passed. So learning, it's just all a learning experience.
Yeah. I honestly, Key Club influenced me in the way of like choosing what colleges I want to go to, because like kind of with Rami, like I want to join Circle K, and I feel like Circle K isn't as big as Key Club in general. It's kind of more limited, and so like I would like look at colleges like, but does this college have a Circle K? If not, I don't really want to put it on my list. Like I'm not really interested in going, because I know I want to go. Like I want to also make a change in that level and in that position. And kind of like with that, I took AP Gov this year as a junior, and we were like having our spring board training, and then we had like parliamentary procedures, and I was like, wait, I already know like all of this, like all these terms. And it kind of like even connected to back to school, and we were in the House of Delegates and like doing all.
Point of order.
Yes.
No, I'm not going.
It's okay. Oh, sorry. But we were doing like all of these like I guess like official things. It was like I was like back in the classroom just like learning everything. I just like remembered my teacher, and I was like, oh, okay, this is like kind of helpful. Like I'm not super lost. So it was really fun. I didn't think I would ever be in the political world, but I wouldn't mind it, I feel like.
Well, I guess you're going to commend this to people that you would want to come into it and your careers. And where do you see yourself going? Circle K, maybe real Kiwanis? Not that
Yes.
we're not, you guys are any less real than us, but what do you see happening?
I think I would want to be very close to the Kiwanis family. I don't know if I'd join Circle K right off the bat, right into college, just want to get myself settled in and everything, but it is really something I want to stay in close touch with, especially Kiwanis.
For me, I definitely want to join Circle K. Like, Key Club has taught me so much things, and like I'm like thinking, oh my god, like Key Club's gonna end like right after high school, but then no, like there's Circle K, there's Kiwanis, and I definitely want to join Circle K.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the same with Rami. Like I would want to join Circle K, I would want to join Kiwanis. I feel like the Kiwanis Club in Dearborn has put such a big impact on me. Like I have found adults that like truly are like my second parents. Like I always go to them when I need comfort or when I need like some support. And like even my mom was thinking about joining Kiwanis now, and I'm like, Mama, I was like, I mean, I could ask, like I don't mind. She's like, I like it, because my mom, like our family is very much like into community, but because we're like first generation immigrants, so we just didn't know how to get into that. And my mom loves helping out, so she was like, maybe I want to join Kiwanis. And I'm
We're
like,
down to our last minute or so. Real
Yes.
quick, where do you want to go to college and what do you want to study?
So I want to go to the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, and hopefully I'd like to study political science.
Rami?
I want to go to the University of Stanford, and I'd like to study pre-med.
I would like to either go to U of M Ann Arbor or Stanford, and I'm going the pre-dental route, hopefully going into the dental school of U of M Ann Arbor one day.
Obviously, we've got some underachievers here.
No.
Honestly, quite opposite of that. You guys should be so proud of yourselves. Your school should be proud of you. Kiwanis is proud of you. I want to thank you all for coming tonight.
Thank
you
you.
for having
Anything
us.
that you want to say to the Kiwanis world altogether?
Yes, ready? 3, 2, 1.
You should join Key Club.
I can't say any more. Gary Gardner. See you next time. Bye-bye.